Moving on now, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Thursday called on countries to phase out coal and other fossil fuels to avert a climate catastrophe.
Yes, that's a strong statement coming from the UN chief. He said that the world's response to the deal with the impending disaster was inadequate. The UN chief was addressing a press conference at UN headquarters in New York following a meeting with civil society climate leaders from across the world. He spoke about the latest manifestation of climate change, pointing towards cyclone Biparjoy, and said that limiting global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius is still possible, but will require a 45% reduction in carbon emissions by 2030.
And I am very worried where the world stands on climate. Countries are far off track in meeting climate promises and commitments. I see a lack of ambition, a lack of trust, a lack of support, a lack of cooperation, and an abundance of problems around clarity and credibility.
However, the UN chief further added that current policies will lead to a 2.8 degrees Celsius temperature rise by the end of the century, which spells catastrophe. He called for immediate global action towards net zero emissions, which must start with the polluted heart of the climate crisis, the fossil fuel industry.
Let's face facts. The problem is not simply fossil fuel emissions. It's fossil fuels, period. The solution is clear. The world must phase out fossil fuels in a just and equitable way, moving to leave oil, coal and gas in the ground where they belong, and massively boosting renewable investment in a just transition.
The UN chief previously proposed establishing a climate solidarity pact under which rich nations would support emerging economies by cutting emissions. He stressed that the fossil fuel industry should apply its massive resources to drive, not obstruct, the global transition to renewable energy. He called for fossil fuel companies to present credible, comprehensive and detailed new transition plans that include reducing emissions and must encourage the global energy transformation.